So he's going to have to defend, not take too much damage, so that he can get an observer out in time.
I was surprised at first that MC went for the 1-gate expansion after seeing the bunker at the ramp, because, you know, when you see a bunker at the ramp for Terran, you know that there's going to be tech, so there's going to be, you know, eventually some interesting tech, so it could have been Banshees for all he knows, but he went for the expansion instead of, you know, going for any Robo. Banshee loves his Banshee's. Cloak is researching, and the Robo is just about...
Hang on, this call isn't working. I'm gonna pause in 3, 2, 1. It's just, no, it's worse on this call. Like,
I'll just call you back.
Yeah, just call me back real quick. Hello?
Testing. Is this any better? It sounds better to me, at least.
Yeah, Pat was trying to help, but just having the other person in the call is just making it worse. So, just going back to the way it was. Let's get going again in 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry about that, guys. This is the call quality was going downhill really quickly, and we actually couldn't even hear you a couple of points there. So, yeah, sorry about that. We are back with just the simple... There are sound issues. It would require me restarting the stream to fix them. And we'd rather just finish it out since we're almost done with the night. We'll just make sure this is better for tomorrow. Sorry, guys. But the Banshee is now out for Jinro. It's flying around the top of the map. It's going to pause by the skyscraper. It's going to look down in the windows. And then she's going to decide that she's going to head over towards the Protoss base. Cloak is done, and there is an observer on the way for MC. The observer's rallied over into his natural. So he's not going to go scout with it immediately. He's going to leave it behind just to make sure no cloaking shenanigans head his way, and that's going to be really, really helpful, since it's right in position to block the Banshee in the direction that Jinro's coming from.
Surprisingly, MC actually had 3 probes queued up at each nexus. You don't usually see, you know, anything queued up for MC.
Hey, this Banshee is being really indecisive. It keeps stopping like every 5 feet, but now she's going to fly into the natural and get deflected immediately by the Stalkers and the Observer. There's a second Observer out on the field actually getting ahead of that Banshee, trying to help these Stalkers chase it down, but Banshee will just barely slip away as we look back into Jinro's base. Orbital command is done, and now is going to be floating over the natural. But his expansion is going to be well behind MC, which is going to give him a nice opportunity, especially since MC has a lot of sentries, and I'm sure you've all seen what MC can do with sentries before.
Yeah, MC sentries are the scariest sentries in the world. They're like twice as smart, 3 times as strong, with more force fields somehow. Because his force fields are scary. He was winning. He was beating everyone with his 2-3 base time pushes. Heavy on sentries. His 6-gate 2 base. Sometimes he did 8-gate on 2 base time pushes that were just absolutely dominating everyone. Jinro went just a little bit past the mark with his command centers. SCVs are about to go back to the main before they can return to this. Slight mistake there, but there's a lot going on right now, so easy to miss. A small mistake to miss.
Jinro, how are you seeing into the future? Your chin, it does epic things. Sorry, I couldn't resist, but as we look back over into MC's base, you can see that, you know, Colossus is out on the field. Range upgrade is almost done. Second Colossus is on the way. And he still has a good number of sentries and is going to push across the field. As we look back to Jinro, there's a good number of Marauders, but not enough. He does have the Banshees out on the field, which he might be able to use to defend, but it's going to be rather difficult. If MC drops great force fields, which we're used to seeing from him, this is going to be really hard on Jinro. Great force fields, getting a complete wall set up in a nice archway pattern, and Jinro is just going to immediately GG. Doesn't have enough units to deal with that and the Colossus. And quick win from MC in game number 1.
That was one of MC's trademark time pushes. Jinro had just put down a bunch of tech structures and not units. Hadn't had time to make units out of them just yet. He was behind on food. That was like catching Jinro with his pants down. It was the perfect timing to go in and just execute him. He's like, you know what? I feel safe enough to put down like 3 or 4 barracks in a factory. No, you weren't.
Yeah, just really well done by MC. He's just showing off those force field muscles and takes a really quick win, like 12.5 in-game minutes over Jinro. He got that really early expansion. He didn't get punished for it because Jinro did go for that early timing. He got a little bit too greedy, trying to force his way up the ramp when he might have just wanted to back off or possibly even just take the Nexus. So he lost a lot of units and not really an equitable trade, so then MC was able to defend against the Banshee without too many issues, and then was just in a really solid position. And you don't want MC to be that comfortable at that point in the game, because then he's just going to walk up to you and kill you with lots of units, because that's what he's good at doing. When you do open up with a high pressure build like that, you do want to make sure you get the damage in early, because if you don't, well, as you just saw, MC's going to punish you for it.
Ray committed so much to getting that Banshee tech, and it just didn't accomplish the amount of money he's invested in it. So he fell behind on regular units needed to defend that push.
Yeah, so give us a second to get the next game loaded up and good to go. We will be taking a quick commercial break and then be getting started with game number 2 in just a second. So stick around, we'll be right back.
Poor Jinro, that must really be painful. You must be so demoralized right now,
I don't know, it's interesting because people are saying that both these players are slumping right now. So it's not even really an issue of, well, Jinro's slumping. Well, everybody's saying the same about MC. It's really easy in these tournaments to really make excuses to players like this because they're not doing very well right now, but both of them are in the same situation pretty much. And it's kind of like a situation for them both to try and prove themselves.
Right. Of course, MC, doesn't need to prove himself quite as much. Although he did lose. He actually lost games in the NASL. Was 2-0'd by Ret. Pretty crazy. Although he did completely destroy Machine.
Yeah, I've actually missed a lot of the NSO because I've been working on other things, so haven't seen a lot of those games. Need to catch up.
Well, he got a auto loss against Braddock because he was, in an airplane the entire day. But he lost to Ace and Ret. Is actually 1 and 3 in his group. Not what you expect from MC. The winner of DreamHack, 2-time winner of GSL.
Yeah. So, do you have game number 2 loaded up? It's gonna be Jinro and MC. You ready to go?
Oh yeah.
All right. So it's going